Ouch. Hey, good morning, Alex. Glad you could join me. Just started. How you doing today? I'm in Michigan, if you don't know where I'm at. 57 degrees. I don't know what that would be Celsius. But starting to get cooler weather now. Summer's starting to leave. Fall's starting to come in. It's time to start thinking about Halloween, I guess. Autumn, the leaves changing, all that good stuff. Oh, great. I kind of surmised that. I get a lot of people from the UK in this time of day because our time zones are so different. And most people here in the US ain't up this early, especially on a Sunday. And if they are, they're probably in church. Well, some of them are in church. So I got my paranormal church going here. All the ghosts sitting in the pews there. Yep, it's okay. I just don't like that white stuff that comes after. And being in Michigan, we get a lot of that. Well, we don't get much anymore. Not like we used to. It's I keep telling everybody that Michigan's turning tropical because some winters we go through, we hardly have any snow at all. And I remember when I was a kid, and of course that was quite a while ago, but we used to just get pounded with snow. I remember being snowed in I don't know how many times right in town. Snowmobiles, police couldn't move, nothing could move. Big front end loaders going up and down the streets, clearing the streets because regular snowplows couldn't do it. But that was years ago. It's not like that anymore. We go through winters sometimes now, and we only get a couple times and the snow even stays. It's really weird. I don't know what's going on with that, but yeah, see, it's almost noon where you're at. Here it's only 7 o'clock, so what was that, 5 hours difference? 7? No, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. 5 hours difference? Well, I don't miss the snow at all. Of course, I don't get out of the house no more. I don't shovel it. With my health, I hardly get out of my room here. But back when I used to, I used to hate that snow. Shovel the driveway 2 or 3 times a day sometimes to keep up with it so you get in and out of your driveway. So I could do with everything but the snow. I mean, I don't care about the cold, but I don't like that white crap. Yeah, that's true. I don't have to worry about that here where I live. I live on a dead-end street, and I've been here, boy, since what, 1973? I've been here. I bought this house new in 73, and I don't even know of one robbery here on this street, and it was my neighbors, and they'd went away for vacation, and somebody went in there and cleaned them out of their TV and all that other stuff. But I mean, I've hardly ever locked my house. We do now, but for years and years and years, I didn't even lock my doors. There was no need to. There's nothing bad happening around where I lived. But nowadays, it's not absolutely true anymore. We have a couple projects, you know, in places where low-income housing, big building complexes here, not a few blocks away, and there's a lot of low-lifes that live over there, and trouble and drugs and all that stuff. So no, I can't get the spirit box back out. I'm sorry. And yeah, I know England is rain, rain, rain all the time. I could get along with the rain. No, I made a pact with God I would no longer do sessions, and I will not. I will not do a session any longer. Still talk about the paranormal. I'll still watch other people's sessions. And I had somebody, of course, in the UK the other day wanted to buy one of my radios, because I got so many radios here, you know. And I know it's so hard for you guys to get ghost boxes over there in the UK, but it's beyond my means to send. Even if I was to give it to a person, I couldn't afford to send it to you. Or anybody over in the UK. Your Royal Mail place is just completely bonkers. They're out of their friggin' minds. I couldn't afford to send anything to anybody over there. The postal rates, that Royal Postal rates, are just ridiculous. Completely ridiculous. It's prohibitive for anybody in the U.S. to send anything over there, and vice versa. It's terrible. It costs more to send it than what the item's worth. I had a guy over in England. I'm interested in metal detecting, and I had a guy that I watched all the time on YouTube, and he was a Brit, and he used to make trips to different places. Well, he went over to Germany, and right outside one of the main, I can't remember where it was there in Germany, it's where they was fighting in World War II, and he used to metal detect for these relics and stuff, and he would find machine gun nests and all this stuff. And he'd find all these 50 caliber machine gun shells and all this stuff. Well, he'd sell them. So I bought a couple 50 calibers and a 20 millimeter shell from this guy, and he sent me a certificate of authenticity that they were dug up and metal detected and found in Germany there in that war place. I can't think of the name of it now. My mind is not what it used to be. Berlin, and he sent me those things through the mail, UK mail. He sent them 3 times. The first 2 times, they detected they were gun shells, which is not allowed. So that place would contact me, not him, because he didn't give a return address. They would contact me and told me that they had a package there that was meant to be sent to me, but it was shells, and they were not allowed. And what could I give them an address to send them back where they came from, and all this and that? And I said, no, just destroy them or whatever you do. So this guy tried that 3 times, and finally the 3rd time they got through. So I don't know how many shells it cost him, but I paid him and I got him finally. But that Royal Postal Service is a bummer. Yeah, that's what I'm talking about. I mean, I'll get all these people over there in the UK going, oh, I really want that Radio Shack you got, you know. I want my Radio Shack. You know, when I got sitting here, and I got a Sangean. I got just tons of radios, man. I mean, I got tons of radios. I wouldn't mind getting rid of some of them. I got a PBS 11, I got a Memorex, I got a Sony, I got a Sangean 200, I got, them are just the pocket radios. And then I got like bigger portables, you know, Radio Shack hacks, 4- something or 49- something or other, and a 49-150 or something. They're bigger, you know, bigger portables, and they're all hacks, but it's just impossible to send that stuff. Yeah, no, if you didn't hear, the reason I haven't been doing any sessions, in my last video I told why, or 2 videos back, I'm not quitting paranormal, but I'm quitting sessions. I will no longer do a session. I won't make no personal contact with the dead any longer. And that's because I told in that video that I have found religion through doing this for 3 years. And I made a pact with the Lord. And I will no longer speak to the dead. And I'm not going back on my word with him. There is no way I will ever do another session. So I had good contact with him. Yes, that's because you get that from continually doing it. You build up a a clientele, so to speak. That's one thing you could do, yeah. But you know, I really don't think it's necessary, man. One radio is just as good as the next. I mean, if it works and you get replies, that's all you need, you know. You know, like old Huff, he's always worried about clarity, and he wants to talk to the spirits like he's talking on the telephone. And supposedly he reached that goal, and then it scared him, and they he got a hold of spirits he didn't want to get a hold of any longer, and started ruining his life. And I don't know, but I don't have any paranormal happen around this room here much anymore. I can't even capture an orb anymore. Since I quit doing sessions, all that stuff stopped. So I believe it does bring it into your house. If you're active enough, then it brings activity to you, like a magnet. You're like a ghost magnet. Well, I'll tell you, you know, if you don't want to spend a lot of money for a radio, if you got it, you can run apps. If you have an Android phone, or you cannot beat my brain, man. Old age. I can't even remember. Echovox. Echovox is a great application. It's a scary application. It works, and you actually contact stuff on it. And I have had a lot of great sessions using Echovox, but you just have to get used to how they talk, you know, and stuff like you do with a lot of stuff. But they, hello, Larry, Howard, you. I mean, you know, the sentences aren't strung together; they're separate. The words are separated, and you have to learn to listen to Echovox. You know, it's different than a lot of the applications, but man, it works. And depending on which mode you use, Bandus in that thing, I really don't know what you contact on it. I can swear it's like a different genre of spirits than you get on a regular ghost box. I don't know, but it works good. There's a lot of free apps out there that work good. So, you know, it's just what a person prefers, I guess. I got a lot of great contacts on using apps. But deep in my mind, I never could accept apps. Even though I would get replies, answers and stuff, there was always that doubt in the back of my head as to whether they were real replies or they were canned answers that just happened to jive in the right order and at the right time to give me the answer I wanted. I just, but when you have a physical radio sitting there scanning, and the only thing that's been changed about it is the scanning. It's still just a damn radio, and and you hear spirits on that. It's unequivocally that's what you're hearing, spirits. I mean, you can't say, oh well, that's programmed in banks and all that crap. So I still prefer a physical box, and that's what I like. But yeah, I use a lot of his apps. He's got a new one out now. I don't have, of course, because I don't do sessions no more. But I used to use his Verbis box. I've got some great replies using that Verbis box. And I've got a lot of great replies using some of oh boy, come on, Larry, brain. Oh, Pugster, there it goes. Finally got it. I pulled it out. Pugster has some good apps too, and they work good. Oh, I don't know about Huff's, but I have had some of Anthony Sanchez apps that did work for me. I was satisfied that they worked, but he did me wrong, and I deleted every damn app of his I had. And of course, the only way you could ever install them again is asking for a new password, and I won't stoop to such things because I'm not going to be talking on them anymore anyway. But yeah, he did me wrong. I found out about it, and he was just stringing me along for his personal gain, and I didn't know it, and it pissed me off, and I told him where to get off, and I no longer communicate with the guy or have anything to do with the guy, and I don't really hear anything much about him anymore. He used to have a paranormal channel there on Facebook, and I don't know if he still does that or not. I don't see any more new apps by him and stuff, so hell he knows what the hell he's doing. But he used to give me apps and used to talk to me and all this stuff, and we used to get along like we were great friends, and he would give me free apps, and he would have me test some of his apps when he was still in the process of making them and all this shit. He gave me a couple of apps, 2 or 3 different apps he gave to me, and he had a contest, and all of a sudden I was a $50 winner on Amazon, and I got a $50 gift card from him and stuff. But somebody come along one day and he says, hey, look, I know you think you're friends with Sanchez, but can't you see what he's doing? And I said, what do you mean? I was dumb. He says he's using you. He's giving you these apps and shit because people like your sessions. They know you have a good contact with the spirits, and you're advertising his apps for him. You're making him money. You're an ongoing ad, and it doesn't cost him nothing but to give you an app once in a while to keep you supporting his stuff, and making him money. And I never thought about it like that, but by God, I look back and that's what he was doing to me. So I cut it off with that, man. I got to put him in the same category as Mr. Huff, out to make a buck and don't care how or who they step on or run over to get it. It's pretty sad. Yep, exactly. And I was doing it unknowingly, like a dumbass. Live and learn, that's what they say, Boy, oh boy, not that I'm not happy talking with you, Alex. I think this is the first time I've talked with you, but where the hell's everybody else? 7 a.m. here, it seems like somebody else would have. I started up the other day, and man, bang, 3 or 4 people started right in, but Sunday, it's the weekend, they're sleeping in late, or like I say, they're at church. But that's okay. I enjoy talking to anybody. I enjoy talking to you, Alex. I am going to take a break here just for a second. I'm not going anywhere. I'm just going to give you a different screen. I got to take my pills. I don't want to take them on camera. So don't run away. I'm not going anywhere. I'm right here. It'll only take me a few seconds. Well, I should have turned my mic off too, I guess. Hear me slurping them pills down. Okay, coming back. I have a whole fistful of pills. My phone goes off alarm at 7 o'clock for me to take them, and I sort of ignored it, but it's done with till tomorrow morning. Oh yeah, we're talking about Mr. H now, yeah. Yeah. Well, you know, I don't like it. There's nothing I can do about it or you can do about him doing that. But I also can't feel sorry for the people that pay the money. Why? They don't research nothing. They look at him as the messiah of paranormal, and he's not. Some people are gullible. They're stupid. And they don't know any better. And then there's some people that shit $20 bills, pardon my French, and or 20 pounds in your case. They shit 20 pounds, and they just want one of everything. They don't care who make it or what it is, as long as it's paranormal gear, they buy it. So, you know, this was one thing I found out when I started broadcasting on this YouTube, is dealing with people, and there are all kinds. You know, there's haters, there's trolls, there's nice people, there's mean people, and there's smart people, there's stupid people, and everything in between. Exactly. See a new toy on it. There's some other ghost box thing out now. I don't know, it's supposed to look like an old clock or something. I can't even tell you the name of it, but I don't know if you've ever seen that cat. She lays around on a bed and has live chats. Well, she's got some radio. They make it with 3D printing, and it's got echo and all this crap in it. And I don't know what it's called, but I guess that's the latest one out now. A lot of people that used to make ghost boxes don't make them no more. That guy in Chicago used to make them wooden ghost boxes with the reverb in them. They were made in brown cigar boxes, and they sounded great, and they worked good, and they had a variable speed sweep and all that stuff. I don't think he don't make them anymore. He's gone, and a bunch of people that used to make radios, they don't make them anymore. Oh, of course, Huff has everything that comes out, you know. And it's absolutely wonderful. It's great. It's the best thing there ever was until he gets the next thing, you know. And then it's a piece of shit, and this new one's the best. That's the way he was with everything. But he'll be back. He's going to write a book. Yeah, I'm going to be the first one to buy that. He's going to write a book. Just more self-promotion, you know, more angles. Once a shyster, always a shyster. Yeah, that box is his golden box and all these boxes he makes with that amp and all that shit. It's nothing but it's a glorified friggin' speaker. People don't understand it. It's nothing but a glorified speaker. That's all it is. And he puts a noise gate on the thing, noise eliminator guitar pedal, which is a noise gate. You turn it up, the higher you turn it up, the less noise comes through. Well, yeah, he can block all the static out from the radio, and he turned it up, and the only thing that comes through is super loud spirits. Anything underneath the noise cutoff that you've turned up, you don't even hear them. They're not there, they're gone. He eliminates all of them. He's only got it cranked up so you only hear the loudest ones. And then he puts them through all that reverb and echo shit, and I don't know, I don't want to talk about it anymore. It's just, it's the reason I started going off on the man to begin with. When he first started out doing paranormal, he's just like any of the rest of us, you know. He was okay. He's all right, you know. I remember he started out with like little Radio Shack, you know, at 587 I got. He started out with one of those, and then he built a little wooden box, and he put a cross on the top of it, and he had some crystals laying around on top of it. He put the little, you know, radio inside the box and close the box and drill holes in the box, and it would sort of give it a bassy sound, you know. And I remember him doing all that shit when he first started, and he was okay. You know, he was an okay guy. He did okay sessions, and you could believe it. But then he got more and more sophisticated, more and more. His ego got bigger and bigger and bigger, and it just grew from there. And hello, Russia. And I am not going to attempt your name, sir, if you can understand English. You know, I don't even know what the symbols mean, so I can't. I'm not going to attempt your name. Thanks. This is the first time I ever had anybody from Russia come in. Me and Alex was just sitting here talking. I have these live chats every now and then about the paranormal. I have about 180 videos available on my channel here that I used to do sessions. I don't no longer do sessions, but yeah, radios are hard to hack nowadays, Alex. And I think, you know, people did that themselves. I mean, this little 587 Radio Shack I got, of course, it's one of the old ones. And all you had to do is open that thing up, and if I remember right, you bent a pin over. The same thing with my Sangen. You just, you know, you opened it up and you separated these two boards, and you got all these pins sticking up. But one of the pins you just bent it over, and that was it. Well, everybody started making these Radio Shack hacks, and apparently Radio Shack seeing it didn't like that. They didn't want their radio being used for that, or for some damn reason, because then all of a sudden they changed it where it's not, you know, able to be done anymore. And that happened on a few different radios. Happened on the Sangen also. And I think it was okay for people to modify them, but they should have kept their mouth shut about it instead of putting tutorials on YouTube and stuff. These manufacturers watch YouTube, you know. How'd you like that last one? My best one there, Alex, with that orb that spoke. That's my biggest accomplishment. When that orb shoom flew by, made that little beeping noise, and I slowed it down 50%, and it says hello. I mean, that was crazy. That's crazy good. To me, that's That's just irrefutable proof that orbs are spirits. You don't see proof like that on our paranormal TV shows we have over here. Very few and far between. We have a show called Ghost Hunters, and they show orbs and stuff, and they talk about how they're spirits, and and they had one fly up this hallway, and it went through the wall. Well, as soon as it hit the wall, you heard this thump. The second it went into the wall, like, it made a noise when it hit that wall. Oh, this thing I got is even better, because it actually spoke to me and says hello as it flew by. But I don't get orbs no more since I quit doing sessions. Hey, Bleeding Kansas Paranormal. Hey, thanks for stopping in. Boy, I got 3 in here now. I got Alex. Me and Alex been talking a long time. Russia came in, of course, but I'd like to speak with the man from Russia, but I cannot pronounce his name to start with. Maybe he doesn't understand English that well. I don't know. I'm glad he stopped in. And thank you, Bleeding Kansas, for stopping in. Well, like I told everybody, I mean, everything has come to an end. And my goal to doing this paranormal stuff and talking with the dead was to find out what I got to look forward to. I mean, you see the oxygen. I have bad health. I can't hardly walk. I'm a big fat guy. My legs are terrible. I have a lot of medical problems. And I sat here and held my mom's hand when she died. And before that, she's talking to people. She's talking to a relation of mine. And she's seeing them as I stood there holding her hand. And I know damn well, right there at the end, she was able to do what we can't do. We can see the spirits. And she was talking to them. Just a lot of different things made me want to know more. And being scared when I was a little kid, dealing with it. And, that was my reason. But 3 years, I've got more spiritual, and I found religion. And I'm not a religious fanatic, but, I made a pact with the Lord and told him I would no longer talk to spirits. The Bible says you're not supposed to talk to the dead. But I asked him for forgiveness, told him I would not make another session, and I will not. I won't talk to him ever again. But I figure after 3 years it came out good, because I found religion. I found out that I know when I die I'm not going to be worm food. So good came from it, And I've had a lot of good experiences from it. A few bad, but it's been a journey, an adventure. And I wouldn't want to not do it again. I don't, I thought it was good. There's Romania too. I'm going to call you Constantine, because I can't pronounce your first name unless you want me to call you Pop. Yeah, Alex, they do say that. They say you're maybe a family member or a guardian angel or somebody, but she had cancer. She was on drugs, of course, but we had hospice in here. Hospice came in and was taking care of her, and we all got notice that hospice said that they thought that this was going to be her last day, and we should all come. And we did. But for about a day or so prior to that, she had been seeing things, and like talking to people, like she was nuts, and I don't think she was. I just think that she had one foot on the other side and one foot here. That first time I was in the hospital, I come close to dying with my blood clots in my lungs. I've told this story before, but I was on, I had, I don't know how many IVs and all that shit. So I was probably drugged up to high heaven, but I laid there in that bed. and I saw a ball, probably the size of, like a softball or a volleyball, and it was gray, blackish, swirling smoke within a ball. And this ball would go across the room and it'd come back, and it would like trail smoke behind it. If I could make a video of it or something like that. But this thing just went all around the room. And I watched this thing for quite a while. And it scared the shit out of me because I thought, oh God, Satan's here to get me. You know, they've come for me. Then a little while later, I started seeing faces pop up. Black and white faces. Not color, black and white. And this faces, they go, boom, there'd be a face, boom, there'd be a face. And I didn't recognize none of them. But I kind of thought to myself after all this happened that the good was there, the faces popping up, and the bad was also there. It's like they were both showing up for me, and one of them was going to take me. But luckily they didn't. But I saw that shit from the hospital bed, and it sort of changed me. Ever since then that happened. Whether any of it was real or just drug induced, I don't know. But we all experience things, and some things we wish we didn't experience. And I don't know, you probably didn't hear the story, but my wife's mother, she got bad, and she was a Roman Catholic, and she lived here with us. And she had mesothelioma, whatever. She used to work in a TV tube glass factory, and they used fiberglass and stuff in these TV tubes when they made them and stuff, glass, and people who used to do that got that stuff in their lungs, that fiberglass glass. They inhaled it, and it might lay there for years and years and years, and finally it would start rear its ugly head, and what it was is a form of cancer, and she could hardly breathe. She'd take a little short breaths, and that's the way she had to breathe, because she took a deep breath, it would make her cough, and just cough terribly, because that it would irritate, them fibers in her lungs. And well, anyway, she came here and lived with us for, I don't know, quite a while. She ended up passing away down in Texas, and my wife had to go down and bring her back. But me and her talked about the paranormal. We talked about that, and talked about what there is after death. And after she passed away, one night I got a message from her in my dreams, or in my sleep. I got a message, a powerful message. And when I woke up in the morning, I had that message in my head, bang in my head. And I went on and I lived with that banging message for about a week, because I didn't want to say nothing to my wife to upset her, because she was still in mourning, and I just didn't want to say nothing. But this message just would not go away. It was banging and banging and banging in my head. I finally told my wife. Her mom came to me in my sleep, in my dreams or whatever, with that message for her daughter, and she said, "Larry, tell Anna," which is my wife, "that I'm fine. Don't worry." Why she told me to tell her that, I don't know. Maybe because I'm her husband, but why? Maybe she didn't want to scare and go to her herself. But she told me that, and I didn't tell my wife for a couple weeks. I lived with that message just banging in my head, and it just wouldn't stop. It was like a migraine that would not go away for 2 weeks. And finally I told my wife what had happened. She didn't say much. I don't know if she believed me, but the banging went away. Thank God. But so I'm telling you, there is an afterlife, and they can come and they can visit you in your sleep. They can get in your dreams, get in your head. I know for a fact. Hey, I want to thank all you guys for stopping in. 2 people from the U.S., Romania, Russia. Oh, I'm sorry. 1 person from the U.S., UK, Romania, and Russia. Getting tired of that music, I am. You just can't play anything in music in the background. You get, well, to YouTube, you get copyright notices, and they jerk your video off the air so nobody can see it until you get rid of the points against you. I'm going to try and start doing these on a regular basis, these chats, because I'm not going to be doing sessions, so I'm going to just try and start up a schedule. I don't know when to schedule them at. I know there should be a lot later in the day, like maybe midday. It would probably be too late for the UK if I do that. And if I did them at night, I don't know if it would be too late for the UK or it would be early in the morning for the UK. It's hard to get a time where you can get on to be able to chat with everybody, you know, worldwide, because of all the different time zones. The only thing to do is to do one at one time, and then do it another time the next time, I guess. Alright. Thankful you guys all stopped into my little paranormal church here. All them ghosts are sitting in that old church in the pews. Oh, do you mean did I try and close the door? No. I did when I first started, you know. I was scared about doing them, and then I just finally, I didn't close anything. I just quit, you know. I say, okay, I'm gonna leave now, and I'm gonna go. Can you tell me goodbye or something like that? And that's, you know, that's how it ended. I didn't close no doors. I've come to the point where I do believe the doorways can be open, but I don't believe us talking to these spirits opens the door. I believe it opens a line of communication between you personally and them and the other side. I don't believe you're opening some huge wide door for everything to walk in. I believe you're opening a door for people, for them spirits to affect you alone. Because the more often you do them sessions and you talk with spirits, random spirits, you become known to them. And the more you do it, the more you become known, and they start flocking towards you because they've heard of you, they know what you do, etc. And of course, when we talk to them, you can't tell if they're good, they're bad. Maybe they are just deceiving us. Maybe they sound like they're good, but actually they are bad. Or you just know, no. I just can't help but say it's just a damn gamble when you do this. It's a gamble. I mean, when I first started this, I had protection prayers, you know, and an opening prayer and a closing prayer, and I would recite the Saint Michael prayer and all this stuff. And then I got to the point where maybe I got too relaxed. I just didn't do none of that crap anymore. I just got in there and talk with them and I'd get off. Period. End of story. Well, hi, Leslie. Bad. Which one? Both bad. I've been having some real bad troubles with my right foot. I don't know. You weren't here the last time I had a chat, but I don't want to go into my aches and ills and make it all about me, but my right foot blew up. My legs swell because the water can't get back out of my legs. I should call it edema or something like that. Had it for years. Your legs swell up with fluid, and sometimes they swell so big that the fluid can't, they swell up so big that your leg won't take it no more, and you get a blister. The blister pops, and then fluid drains out of that blister. It's nasty. Well, I've had these things for so long that they can't leak out the fluid no more because they're all calloused. My lower legs are like hard shoe leather, so they don't blister no more because they can't. But my right leg, my leg itself is not so bad, but instead of my leg swelling on my right leg, it's my foot, the top of my foot. Looks like the red thing on this mic, only wider, bigger. The whole top of my foot is like a big red balloon full of fluid. Well, the other day it blew up. Got a blister on the top of it. It opened up and it's sore, and it started draining fluid. And I wasn't too concerned because my legs did it shit for years. It would drain and drain and drain, and then finally, after a long few weeks or so, it would close up and it would get back to normal. Well, this time it blew up, and it was that way for a couple of days. Then one morning I went to get out of my chair, and when I stood up, I'm putting all my weight and pressure on my legs to stand up, and it was also putting pressure on that foot, and started bleeding bad. I'm talking bad, and I'm on blood thinners. So I had to scream for my wife, and she came running, and I tracked blood everywhere in the house into the bathroom, and I sat on the toilet and put my leg up on the bathtub, and she wrapped it in ice cold and ice rags for I don't know how long. Finally got it to quit, and that was that. It was a bad experience. And then the next day, lo and behold, it did the same thing, only worse. I got up and I stood up, and my carpet in here is completely ruined. It looks like somebody was murdered in here. Right behind me, it looks like somebody was murdered. When I got up, it was bleeding so bad. I actually had blood spurting out, shooting out of my foot, spraying. And got back in the bathroom, and we did the same routine again. Finally got it quit. But I don't know if I blew up a vein in there or what. The pressure made a vein blow up. But we got it stopped. I was ready to go to the hospital, but we got it stopped. And the first time it happened, she said, well, I would leave it open. She said, I wouldn't cover it with anything, let it, let the air hit it, let it dry, and let it scab over, and blah, blah, blah. Okay. But then it blew up the second time, and I told her, I said, look, this leaving it open to the open air ain't doing no good, so got a big tube of triple antibiotic, and we slopped that triple antibiotic salve on there, and she put some cotton pads on there, and then we wrapped it with gauze. And while I'm sitting here now, it's still wrapped with gauze. And it's been about 3 days ago, and I've gotten up and I've had no more bleeding from it. But I'm still going to leave it covered up for another week or two. I've got a little pan here on the floor. I don't know if you'll be able to see it over there. See a little white pan over there on the floor right in front of the TV? Well, that's just the right size for my foot to go into. So if it blows up again and starts bleeding bad, I can stick my foot in that pan so the blood doesn't go everywhere. So I've had some terrible experiences the last few days. And I swear the second time I must have lost more than a pint of blood. It was really bad. And everybody says, well, you should go to the hospital. Well, it's easy to say that until you have to pay for it. Those of you that are in the UK or over there and get your free medical stuff don't happen here. So I just let it go, and I figured it's going to get better, it's going to get worse. If it gets worse, I'll go. If not, you know. So I've had a hell of a time here this past week. But I'm trying to stay in good spirits. They don't like Huff. I've had them talk about him. I've had them talk about him a lot of times. They don't like him. They got it out for that man. They know he's a shyster. They know that shit he's doing is fake. They don't like it. He tells everybody that, you know, they told him how to make that box, and he's God's answer to the paranormal, and he saved all these people, and the devil's mad at him because he saved all these people and sent them to the light. Oh, BS. Another angle. Gonna write a book. Turned down all these TV programs because I wouldn't fake nothing. They wanted to do fake shit on them TV programs, and I wouldn't do it. Yeah, right. Oh, yeah, it will. Bleeding Kansas, it will. I stood in a factory for 29 years when I was first in there, they had a wooden block floor, if you know what that is. They're wooden blocks, and the whole floor is made of these wooden blocks. And used to stand on that at first, but then they got rid of them blocks, and it ended up just being concrete. They used to have these big rubber mats, you know, but that's just to keep you from slipping and falling from all the coolant all over the place. But it destroyed my legs. The job I used to do destroyed my back. Used to throw heavy big truck, heavy truck brake drums around all day. I used to ream the inside surface of them, you know, where the brake shoe makes contact. And to put them in this machine, and this machine would come down, you know, and it would do the inside of the brake drum, and then I'd have to throw it off and throw it. I used to throw them brake drums around all day. So nowadays we don't have that many factory jobs anymore. Everybody works at McDonald's. They don't make any money, but it ain't gonna destroy their legs or their back. He used to nick stuff from everybody. You know, he'd take somebody else's idea and run with it, and then they'd say it was his. That's happened I don't know how many times. And if anybody said anything to him, they were a hater. You know, you couldn't make a negative comment about him. He would just delete your comment. I don't want to talk about him. Although he usually is the focal point for most people all the time. Oh, I don't take water tab. Well, I do take water tablets. My blood pressure medicine has them in it. Isopan or something. I take Isopril, and they're slash something or other. And it's a diuretic. Lisinopril. Oh, don't say on here. HCT Z, something like that. I don't know. It's a diuretic anyway. But I drink too much water. I know that, and that don't help it. And I can't sit all day long with my feet up in the air. So naturally, you know, gravity goes down, but I drink a lot of water, and I shouldn't be drinking it. And the hospital told me not to drink so much water, and that's part of my problem. But God, I love water, and I'm thirsty all the time. So I've cut back drastically the last couple of days on drinking water. And as soon as I did that, I started getting cramps in my hands and my everywhere, because I cut my water intake way down, and I started getting cramps.
Sorry, I'm not sure about that.
Uh-oh, I just triggered Echo or Alexa over there for some reason. Hey, Zara, I watched your video the other day. If you haven't watched Zara's videos, you should, man. She makes some great videos. I especially love the videos where she goes on her walks. And then she made a real inspiring one the other day I really liked. So you're doing good, Zara. I love your videos. Make them more often. I like my paranormal church background up here. I run across the internet somewhere. I run across a whole series of them. Well, if you're a ghost and you got to sit somewhere, I guess sitting in church is a good place. Hey, hello, North Nottingham Paranormal Investigators. How are you today? You know that North Nottingham, I tried to trace my family, back in time, and I came to the conclusion that originally, by tracing back, that I came from Umberton, wherever that is, Northumberton, and my name was Bailey, B-A-L-I-E-Y, or B-A-L-I-L, I already spell it. And then somewhere along my family tree, they took the I out. And I found that Bailey is quite a common name over there in the UK. And in Northumberton, or wherever it is I'm supposed to supposedly come from, that they have a Bailey Castle over there also. So maybe I come from royalty, people. No, it's not Cumbria. Umberland? Or it's way up at the top. I can't think of it now. Go back to my creepy music. So okay there, North Nottingham, you being a paranormal investigator, if you do go out on investigations, you got all that antiquity over there in the UK that goes back like the 1300s and so forth. Have you ever run into an elemental? If you have, tell me about it. I want to know about elementals, because I don't believe we have such a thing here. And what I've heard about them is that they are like a force of nature. They're connected to nature in some way. But I've heard of elementals in the UK, and I don't believe we have elementals here in the States. Cool. 600 investigations. Well, I feel great just to be able to talk to Glenn. That's North Nottingham, but his name is Glenn. He didn't tell me his name. Tell me about elementals. What about elementals? Okay, Bleeding Kansas, thank you so much for stopping in. Had a lot of fun talking with you. Stop again as soon as you find me in here. If you do, I've got to start a schedule of some type. I just do it randomly and off the cuff, you know. Well, I think we do have one place that would probably be really interesting to the UK, and that's Civil War sites. With all these Civil War soldiers and stuff that were killed, 50,000 of them in one day on the battlefield, and they still say you can see the soldiers out there and stuff, and it's quite really active. I'm sure that would probably be on a lot of UKers' list. Okay. We had a TV program over here. I can't remember what one it was, but they went over to England, and they went to a castle, and this castle supposedly had an elemental in it, a nasty one, and this paranormal team was trying to deal with this nasty elemental that was in this castle, and it was really interesting. Now, can somebody explain to me what a jinn is? Because that one time I contacted that Billy, and I don't know how many of you have had Billy in your sessions. Of course, Bill, William, Willard, you know, Billy would be quite a common name. And I'm sure a lot of people have died, millions of them, with the name Billy. So chances of us connecting to the same Billy probably is pretty remote. But this Billy I talked to, I found out was supposedly a jinn, and he was bad news, and he's the one that made me sick. Just by talking to him, to my stomach, thought I was going to throw up. So and when I was talking to him, they said he's right behind you, and that's when I got sick. And every time I talked to him, he was very, very mean and nasty, and supposedly he's a jinn. I wonder if a jinn is somewhat like an elemental, because supposedly a jinn, from what I have heard, is not, it's supernatural of some type, never was a man, never walked the earth. So whether you can put him in the same category as an angel, I don't think, but yet you have to put him as some type of a supernatural thing. But anyway, I thought this Billy was bad news. I encountered him twice. Huff encountered him in a investigation with him and a couple other guys in that one video he made it over there in a western town, and they were in an old hotel room, and he had that Gemini box going, or whatever the hell it was, and they said he was going to attack him, and they did, and they all thought it was a demon, but it made Huff sick. And I've heard him talking to Billy numerous times. And I talked to this damn Billy twice. If I ever heard him again, I would never talk to him. I would turn the damn radio off. I mean, I don't want anything to do with this kind of thing. Well, that's interesting about the gins. Thank you. There's a lot I don't know about this stuff. But nonetheless, it's still interesting. It's hard to get away from it completely. Yeah, well, that one that called himself Billy, or they called Billy, he was not a good one, I guarantee you. He was bad news. Bad news. No, Stupid Huff used to talk to that Billy all the time, and I didn't know if it was the same one, but I just took it for granted it was. And he used to think he saved old Billy, and Billy went to the light because of him. He always ask about Billy, and I thought to myself, you stupid ass, you want to talk to him? Could have been a different Billy. I don't know. This is turning into a great chat. I don't know how many people have been in here today. Got 8 in here right now. 1 left. Are you guys having any problems with the stream? I've got a, instead of it being green here, it tells me it's orange, which means some viewers may be having problems. Are any of you having problems with the stream? Is it video and audio okay? Okay, thank you, Sarah. Doesn't hurt to check once in a while. Never too old to learn. I'm proof of that. I got one foot in the grave and I'm dragging the other one. That's what I tell everybody. And I can still learn. I'm dense sometimes, and I can't come up with stuff I know because it's buried somewhere and it won't come out. But I do the best I can. That's all you can do, you know. You know, I probably should be saving these live chats when I have them, but the reason I don't is because it's a one-sided conversation. If I save this, it saves automatically, but I just don't put them on my channel. I delete them. YouTube makes you know, a video of it automatically, and I just end up deleting them because it's a one-sided conversation. I mean, I've been on here now for way over an hour or so, you know, a couple hours or whatever. People aren't going to sit there and listen to the whole thing anyway. And when I'm talking to somebody, unless I change the format of the way I do this, people don't know who you're talking about or what you're talking about. You know? Okay, Alex Collins tells me that blah, 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 gin is older than time itself and blah, 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 blah. And I agree with that. I mean, unless I did shit like that, nobody knows what's going on in the chat, you know, or in the video. So I just delete them. If you're not here when it happens, you don't know about it. I probably shouldn't do that. I probably should put them on here and just put them on the channel anyway. What do you guys think about that? I mean, you know, for a while I was trying to video capture the video portion of it and the chat thing too at the same time in a video capture, but that didn't work out very well. Yes, I am, definitely. I made that clear in that one video. I made a pact to the Lord that I would no longer talk to spirits, and I will not. I won't go back on my word to Him. It's not going to happen. And I've already had a bunch of people say, "Oh, well, you want to sell me this ghost box and send it over here to the UK?" Well, no, I don't, because it would make it just too expensive. It's not worth it. I wouldn't want to. Number one, I don't like selling things to people. They've asked me over and over again. I got tons of radios here, but they want me to send them to them. In the UK, the Royal Post Office is insanely expensive for us to send something from the US over there. It costs more in postage than what the radio's worth. And I just, you know, I refrain from that, so I probably won't sell none. They'll sit here, packed away and collecting dust, and when I die, the kids will take them, or they'll end up in the Goodwill or some damn place. Who knows? Not for me to worry about once I'm gone. You know, all my material stuff is not worried about after I'm gone, so I can't get out of the house to go to the post office. I'd have to wrap it up and have some of my kids or somebody take it to the post office, and it's just not worth it to me, all the hassle. If I was a young man who could drive and go places and do things, it would be a different story. But you European people over there gotta do something with your post offices. God, it's too expensive. Well, if you find out how they do that, I would be glad to know. Let me do something here. Let me see if I can stick it in here. See what happens. Nope. Let me try this. Add. Let's see. Not a screen capture. Web page. Stream. ITC chat viewer. Nope, that don't work. Always try something else. Web page. Let me put the URL in from the chat window. See what happens. I know right away it's not going to let me paste it. Nope. Crap. Can't do that. media file, stream, streams. I don't know how. I guess I can't. I don't know how to do it, Sarah. If you can find out for me, though. You know, it'd be great. Let me try a screen capture. Well, I gotta. Hang on. See if I can get it in here. Okay, let me try this. Screen capture. Ah! What the hell is that? Did I just accomplish it? Hey! I just did it! There's what I'm seeing. That's the chat window. I gotta just do a screen capture. I pop the chat window out of the YouTube page. I have a YouTube page that's, you know, and I pop the chat out so it's separate. And then I go in here in this program I'm using, I do a screen capture on the chat window, and bang, there it is. So, next time I don't make one, I'll do that. And everybody will be able to see what's going on. Boy, I should have tried that sooner, I guess. I wasn't smart enough. Oh, yeah. Well, you can't really save the setup because the chat window is a screen capture. I just have to, when I open up the new chat window, open up a new stream, and I get the chat window like it is now, then I just have to do a screen capture and pop it in there. When I save this thing, it doesn't. Well, when it saves a video, it's going to save it with it now, yeah, too. But nothing ventured, nothing gained. So from now on, I'll be able to post these videos, and everybody will be able to see who the hell I'm talking to, and what about, instead of being one-sided. I've been looking for being able to do this for a long time. I'm glad we figured it out, and we did figure it out. Thanks, Sarah. I'd have never thought about it myself. Let me try something here. There's who's in here right now talking. Precipitate part. Yeah, that's you guys. See if my phone's charged. Nope. 90. God, it's terrible being old, blind. I can't even. 98%. I mean, we're talking about a big phone here. I still can't read it. I'm going to go into display. Sleep font size. It's on normal, large. Oh, change it again. Huge. That's what I want. There we go. I had to put my fonts into huge. Weather update, 57 degrees Fahrenheit. With showers. Okay. Well, that's the delay that there always is, Zara. There's a video delay also, so that is also going to be a delay on the text also. That's the delay that occurs between my video and you guys talking. When I say something, it takes a while for you guys to see what I'm saying. There's a delay in there. So this is capturing the delay also. Yeah, that's about normal. That's about normal. It's around 30-second delay. I can make it longer, but I can't make it shorter. It's just the amount of time that I transmit the video to the server, and the server transmits it to you. It's not like I'm directly putting this video to you. It goes to a server in somewhere, and then the server rebroadcasts it to you. Of course, it's a YouTube server somewhere. Okay, Sarah. Well, I can run Google Hangouts, but I don't want to plaster my mug on there full screen, and you know, I've tried it before, and everybody seems to be apprehensive about their face being on the video, and to join in and have their little face down at the bottom when they talk. It, you know, we see who's talking and all that stuff, but that's why I never did it before. I guess there's some other new ones now too that you can live stream. There's a new one now I'm going to have to check into, although I believe it's a phone application. It's called Poopsie or something like that, and it'll tell the people that subscribe to you. It tells, I believe it shows the chat, and you can actually talk with people audio-wise. I've seen it operating. It's kind of neat, but don't know if it would work for this. No, I think it's something new, Zara. That's why I do radio. It's fast, only 5 seconds delay. Well, clue me in on this. What am I missing out on, Alex? What do you mean radio? I found out the other day too. I can get on YouTube or Facebook, and I can stream on Facebook. You know, you go into Facebook and you go over to the left-hand side of your page there, and it says video. It says live video or something like that. You click on that. Well, what it does, it puts you in that group of live video. It also puts you on the main Facebook page, and people can click on you and watch you. I don't know how that works. I did it once for a few seconds as a test. It's hard keeping up with this shit. When you're an old man, it's it's hard to understand some of it. I ain't no young kid anymore. This stuff's changing so fast, man. Sometimes I have to have instruction. I've been wanting to live stream on Twitch. I got a Twitch account. I don't know how to do it. I know how to stream, but all these people that are on Twitch have all these overlays on their screen. I mean, it shows how many people are watching, and when somebody follows you, it shows the follower, and there's a place up there for donations and all this stuff that's supposed to work, and I don't know how you do all that. I haven't figured it out. I'm not smart enough, I guess. Let me switch over my scene here. Hang on. Not going nowhere. Now I know you're only seeing me, but this is my Twitch overlay that I found, but I don't know how to make it work. When I'm playing my game, see up here it says, top it says recent followers, recent donation, top donation, latest follower, and it's supposed to pick that stuff up automatically and keep updating it and so forth. And then down below where you're streaming, it's supposed to show your info, and you put info in there about your computer and your equipment you're using, and how to donate, and like your PayPal address to donate, and all this different stuff. And I don't know how to set all that up. I don't know. I'm lost. I'm lost. But if I could find that out, I'd do that 2 or 3 hours a day, just because I play my game anyway. I might as well be streaming, Hello, LJM Paranormal. Welcome. Welcome to the old Paranormal Church there. See there? The ghost sitting in the pews. If I make this ghost box smaller, is it going to affect you guys being able to read it? Because, see, I'm not full screen here. I'm just got a little small, like 6 by 10 inch frame open here on my desktop, so I can have the chat and the chat window next to me. Maybe I could move that over there now. Increase the size of this to 100%. That shouldn't affect me none. Yeah, there. You should still be able to see that okay. Now I can see the ghost sitting in the pews at least. Boy, it sure has been fun today. Dropped 0 frames, so the stream must be working good. I'm using an 8-core processor, of course, and it's only using, it's running at about 3.6 gigahertz at the moment, and I'm only using 17% load on the GPU. 50% load on the graphics card, which is an R390. Memory, 1194 megabytes. Have I got 64 megabytes in here of memory? RAM? Yeah. I think I got 64 gigabytes of RAM in this computer. So I never run out of memory. Welcome back. Oh, I'm sort of talked out. I'm just going to sit back and listen to you guys for a while. I was going to see if I could check, see how long I've been in here. 1 hour and 8 seconds. I wish this chat thing would tell me how long I've been on, but it don't. Neither does my main screen. I should have used my little timer, I guess, but I can find out. Oh no, it says an hour and a half. 7 people watching. Oh, I got a couple scratching sticks. Real scratching sticks. Got a big hairy back. You got to use one of these all the time. It's like a bear. I don't have no tree to rub on, so I have to have my stick. I keep it right here handy, because I use that all the time. Unless I could get some nice looking chick with some nair to take the hair off my back, I wouldn't need that stick, but 99% charge. We have to think about buying me a new phone here pretty soon. Had this phone for, God, I don't know, 3 years now, maybe. I paid what, $300 or $400 for it, outright. It's a unlocked phone, made in China, Hawaii, Huawei, and it's been a great phone. But the battery's getting kind of bad now. I have to charge a lot more often. I used to only have to charge that thing every 2 or 3 days. Yeah, I got a couple. I got on here a little smaller one made out of bamboo, and I had a couple other ones. I think I'd give one to my son because he's got a big hairy back like me too. And I had one. Sometimes my kids get them for me. I had one with an alligator foot on it. They got in Florida. And they brought it to me. I don't know what happened to it. I think it broke. But I had a long stick and it had a petrified or a taxidermied little alligator foot on the end of it with the claws. I used to use that. Not a P9, it's a, oh, what do they call it? One of the first ones. Shoot. I don't know. I can't tell you the name of it no more. Let me go in here and see if I can do information. Let's see what the crap it is. About phone. Model number. Don't tell me the name of it. Just the model number. MT2L03. It's one of the first ones. It's only one quad core, 1.6 gigahertz, 2 gigs of RAM. And it's low resolution. It's only 720 resolution. It's not even HD, but it's all I need because I'm not a phone freak. I hardly ever use it, and I hardly ever get any calls. But I just have it for the simple fact and pay my monthly fee, so I have it nearby because I'm afraid of dying. And if something bad happens, hopefully I can grab that phone and call 911 in time, which I have found out, since things have happened to me, that won't happen anyway. So I get a phone. I talk to my son and one of my daughters every now and then, but not very often. So, but I gotta have a phone. Can't get along without a phone. Yeah, you know, it's a big one. I had to have a big one so I can see what I'm doing because I can't see. And they have another one called True Blue or something like that, a brand, Blue, B-L-U, True Blue or something. They make big phones like that, but they're low budget phones. They're not this high end flagship fancy ass phones that you have to pay $700 or $800 for. They're lower lower graphics. I mean, you know, like this was a 720p, and most of them nowadays are 1020. You know, they're full HD. This was not even that, but this, like I say, this was I don't know how many years old, but that's how they keep the price down. But it's been a great phone. It's got a huge battery in it, and like I say, when I first got it, man, you didn't have to charge the thing about once every 3 days. Of course, I don't use it much. I don't sit there and play games on it all day and watch movies and all that shit, but I just have it on and standby most of the time, waiting for somebody to call. It never does. But, you know, next time I thought I wouldn't even get even a phone like that. I was just get a small little cheap ass phone, because as much as I use it, I don't need it. I got an 8-inch pad in my, you know, what do they call them? Tablet. And you get old, you can't remember all that stuff. But I had a big 10-inch tablet, a big nice one I paid a lot of money for. Bought a big heavy-duty rubber case that went around it in case you dropped it. It looked like a damn tractor tire or something. I don't know, it was a Samsung or a Sanyo or something big. I paid a lot of money for that. Ended up giving it to my daughter or something. I've had I don't know how many laptops. I sit there thinking about, oh, well, if I had a laptop, I got to sit over there in my chair and play that laptop. And I'd buy a laptop and just sit here and collect dust. I bought at least 2 or 3 laptops. The last one I bought at the time was a real good one. I mean, you could play games on this one. It was not a gaming laptop, but it had like 8 gigabytes of RAM and a 2 terabyte drive in it. And at the time, you know, it was a really good laptop. I ended up giving that to my daughter. So, you know, old man, his money soon parts. I sit here and buy shit I don't need, and then it sits around and collects dust, and I end up giving it to my kids. Probably just doing this. I still enjoy the paranormal, learning about it, and watching other people do sessions. So that's mainly what I'm going to do, is just, you know, run around and watch other people, take in all the drama, all the fighting that goes on, if there is any more. Of course, I'm sure there will be. And doing these chats. Maybe I was telling people the other day that maybe I will start a schedule doing these and try and do it at a time where a lot of people can come in and join in, and just make a paranormal chat place to go for people that want to just chat about paranormal. But every time I make one of these things, it ends up about Larry, it ends up about Moses, it ends up about my health, and of course I know you people are concerned about me, and you're my good friends, you want to know about my health, but every time I do one of these, I feel bad afterwards, because they always end up being all about me, and I don't want them to be about me. I want to be a place for you guys to come and chat with one another about the paranormal, and that's my reason for doing them. Not to tell you about all my ills and all that shit. I want you guys to have a place to come and talk. Of course, I like to run my mouth, you know, and I get off on a tangent sometimes. And it's hard to stop me. You can just be lucky I'm not selling something. Sell your Brooklyn Bridge, or well, they try to drag you in, that's for sure. And I could name a few people, about 3 people that I know of that are, it's what they live for, is that damn drama. And they're always stirring it up. And I used to do it. I used to unknowingly stir it up, you know. But some people are, the only reason they're on here is for that damn drama. It seems a little, every time I go to their channel, there's some drama going on. They're attacking somebody, or somebody said this and to them, and they're fighting with somebody, and shit gets old. That's another thing I'm glad has happened since I quit doing the sessions, is I don't have to contend with the drama if I don't want to. Of course, I didn't before, but they can't drag me into it. I ain't doing those sessions no more. So. Yeah, I don't want to do more rants. Every time I did one of them, I felt bad about doing it. Sometimes I really get pissed off, and I like to, you like to let go, and you feel better afterwards. Some people write mean letters and then throw the letters away. I've done that. I've made videos, rants, and just ranted big time, and then I usually go by and I proof view all my videos after I'm done editing and adding headers and trailers, and I watch it, make sure everything's okay. And then I go through and I watch that thing and I see me ranting and what I'm saying and all that shit, and I think to myself, man, delete that video. Don't post that thing. Don't put that out there for people to see. And there's been a lot of them I've deleted, but same thing, just like therapy. The same as writing a personal letter and then burning it or something. I make a video and I rant like hell, and then I end up deleting it before I post it. But it makes me feel better at the time. Yeah, too good, too good. I think everybody can have a good connection. It's just you gotta keep banging them sessions out, man. They get to know you after a while, they just get to know you after a while. Practice makes perfect, or whatever. Same with hearing, listening. A lot of people, they listen to them sessions and they can't hear the spirits talking no matter what. They can't pick it out. They just can't hear them. Now me, I got a kind of a knack for picking them out, and hearing them. I think that's due to all my years doing ham radio, listening to Morse code down in the noise, all that da stuff, right, buried in the noise, and picking them tones and stuff out of the noise. I think that's trained in my ear, and that's why I have a lot easier time hearing the spirits than a lot of people do. A lot of people just think that when they hear a spirit talk, it's just gonna jump right out. Hello, it's me, the spirit, and everybody's gonna hear it. It's gonna be loud, and you can't deny it, and blah 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 blah. And you guys all know it ain't that way. Sometimes they're buried down in the noise, and you really got to listen good. You got to have an ear for it. And people aren't, people, all kinds of people. Some people have an act, some people don't. Some people just don't have the patience. They just don't know what to listen for, and they don't believe what they heard after they hear it, if they do hear it. I don't know, that cat used to stream all the time. But I quit watching her because every stream she did would end up with a bunch of drama. Or every other stream was pure drama. So I quit watching her. Perfectly honest, I know some of you people probably like Magnitude. I quit watching him. Drama. His little group he made, supposedly, are the good people and they're against the haters, and blah, 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 blah. He's always got something going. Steve-O's the same way. He's always got some kind of drama going against somebody for something, or fakers, or this or that. I tell him the other day, just forget it. Leave the shit alone. Let the people do what they want to do. If they're faking, it's nothing off of you. Can't stop them anyway. If they want to do it, they're going to do it. You can lead a horse to water and can't make him drink. You can tell somebody, hey, quit faking that paranormal shit. If they know they're faking it, why are they going to stop for you? I used to call, people that are always trying to get on somebody for doing something, the paranormal police, I mean, you know, it's not your, don't be a paranormal cop. It's not your worry. It's not your place. You don't have to be a paranormal cop. Don't worry about it. Just let them do whatever the hell they want to. It's their channel. You don't have to watch it. You don't have to believe it. Same with Huff. You know, I just quit watching his shit. I go over there every now and then and I'll watch one, but I go through the comments and it's the same huge group of people he's got that think he's the Messiah. You know, he's got them all Jim Jones. You know, if you know who Jim Jones is, he's got them all in his pocket, and they all believe him 100% real communications. And you know, if that's what they want to believe, fine. You know, if they're not smart enough to know that he's a shyster, I mean, I'm not going to be able to change their attitude or their minds about it. So just let them think what they want to think. I could care less. That's the attitude you got to take nowadays with this paranormal shit. Is I don't give a good goddamn. Do what you want to do. You know. It's the way I look at it anymore. Can you put a Twitter address for that, Sarah? Up here? I'm pretty sure. I don't know if I'm following you on Twitter or not. Most people, if I know them or know who they are, I follow them on Twitter. Although I don't follow Twitter very often. I don't have no desktop thing scrolling all the time or nothing like that. I just, once in a while, I'll go there and see what's there. You know what, North Nottingham? I'm not convinced they even do look down on us. I think when you once pass over, you ascend to better stuff. You know how you've seen these people that have near-death experiences, and how they tell once they've seen the other side they didn't want to come back, you know, and they were told they had to come back, or else the only reason they come back was because of their family or their wife or their kids. They didn't want to come back though. They had that feeling of, I want to stay here. Well, once your family gets there and all that stuff, and they ascend, and I mean, we got no way of knowing, but I just don't feel that they're too worried about us anymore. I mean, they may come through initially and tell you that I'm okay, don't worry about me, but you know, unless they visit you all the time, and you know, I don't think it's at the top of their list anymore. I mean, it's like a separation from us when they ascend. I mean, it's spiritually it is, you know, and whether and not being no time over there, I don't know, you know, I'm still full of not knowing this, not knowing that, having crazy opinions, and I don't know. Yeah, well, I don't know if they're physically actually here around us, but they can peek over the veil, that's for damn sure, and they know everything about us. Just like I said, I think it's an unfair connection we get with them, because they have sight of us, so we can't see them, and it's like their spirit actually connects with our spirit, and by doing so, they know everything that we know. But we can't reciprocate. We can't make a connection with them like they can with us. And so it's like one-sided. Yeah, we're at a disadvantage because we don't know everything there is about them, who they are, nothing about them. All we know is that we're talking to a dead person from the other side, and they know everything about us. They can see us, and it's unfair. No matter what you say, it's damn unfair. And they have an advantage on us. And that's why we can't tell, if we're being taken for a ride. I mean, they can say, oh, I'm your grandpa, and blah, blah, blah. And you ask them questions, personal questions, and they got all the answers. And then all of a sudden you give them a question that stumps them, or they fail the question, and you know that you got a spirit deceiving you. Had that happen a couple of times. So you really can't take to heart anything they tell you, because you don't actually know if you're being deceived or not. You don't know. You just don't know. It's all based on faith. And the only one I ever talked to was that Lisa, that I had faith that she was good. And all the rest, don't know. Never will know until it's my time. That's basically the way I look at it. Do you think they're physically around us, like in my room here? Are they here you talking about here on Earth, around me? Like, I might be, hey, Joe, you might be standing right there now and I don't know it? Or are you talking about all around us spiritually? I mean, I don't know what I'm saying. But I never thought that they were right here in my house. I thought they had to come here from the other side. Maybe I'm wrong about that. But you can basically contact them anywhere. In my house, at the corner store, or in the graveyard, anywhere you can contact them. And that means they're everywhere. But that doesn't necessarily mean they're here on Earth, standing next to you. To me it don't, but maybe I could be wrong. I don't know. Oh, they certainly can. I believed right from my heart that I was talking to my mom for the longest time, and I caught them in a lie, and then they did it to me again, and I fell for their shit about my grandfather, and I caught them in a lie about him, and so I was been deceived twice. So very wary since then. There used to be a woman on here that used to do paranormal. I don't know if you guys know who I'm talking about. I can't remember her name now. But she used to talk EVPs all the time to some spirit. And she actually thought she was talking to the spirit of, what's the actor there that committed suicide? She was talking to this guy, the spirit, and she was convinced it was him. And she acted like she was having a damn love affair with the guy. This dead actor, the comedian. I can't think of his name now, but she was in deep, man. And I kept telling her, I said, you're crazy. You're being oppressed, possessed. I said, there ain't no way it's him. Blah, 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 blah. Well, then all of a sudden she disappeared. And then about 6 months later, she come back and she contacted me and she told me, she says, you were right. And she says, I am not doing this no more. I said, well, good for you. I'm glad you finally found out how deceived you were being and had. Yeah, Robin Williams. And this girl, she used to do sessions and all that shit. She used to come around to my channel all the time. And she was hooked big time. She thought she actually was talking to Robin Williams, and she thought I would watch her sessions and her talking. And it's like she was having a love affair, like she was having an affair with the guy. It was just crazy. Conscious based, I believe that. I can go along with that. And yes, I can feel them. My mom, after she passed away, we were very, very close. And I did what she wanted, her wishes. She wanted to be cremated. But I've been a mama's boy. I mean, ever since my dad died when I was 9 years old, you know, I was a mama's boy. I won't deny it. And we were very close. And we were so much alike that we fought like cats and dogs all the time. Over all kinds of crazy shit. I mean, we would fight like cats and dogs. Not because we hated each other, but because we were so much alike that we clashed. I was her little boy, and once I got married, she wanted me to stop and do this, and take her here, and do this, and take her there, and do this, and do this, and do this, and just keep me constantly on a string. And I told her, I says, Mom, come on, take the bus or something. I can't, you know, I work. I have a family now. And you just, you know, we used to fight, and I couldn't get it across to her. And anyway, I had her cremated, and I had her sitting over here in my closet for 5 or more years before I finally came around and could get myself to leave her and bury her. So she was here for a long time, and I used to feel her here all the time. I mean, the only way I can tell you is how I feel the ghost is when there's one present around me, is I get a rush, a tingling sensation. It starts at the top of my head and it just goes right down through your body like electricity. And it happens every time I feel that there's one around me. It used to happen all the time with her. And then once I finally parted with her, it no longer happened. But that's how I feel them. I don't know if that's how other people feel them, but I get an electric tingly rush, goes waves right through your body. Some people's hair stands up on end on their arms. So I don't remember that happening, but it may have when I was having this tingling sensation, but I never noticed it. But I know a lot of people, they get a cold sensation, they get their hair standing up on their arms, and I haven't had that happen, but I've walked through cobwebs a lot. Now, what do you guys think about that? A lot of times I walk through, feels like cobwebs in your face, and that's happened, you know, like multiple times. You know, I mean, I'm walking across the room once, and then I do it again. And somebody told me once that when that happens, it's because you walked through a spirit. Now, I don't know if that's true or not, but that's some BS that I heard. I don't know if it's BS or not, but some people tell me when you get that cobweb thing, it's because you walk through a spirit. Any comments on that? Sure ain't right about everything. That's for sure. But I'm still interested. Looks like my chat quit. Did I quit here? This thing's still working? Oh, we're down to Alex and Zara. Everybody else left. Well, crap. North Nottingham, I don't... Does it show him on here? I don't know. Run everybody off, running my mouth, I guess. Okay. Let me look at this participants again. Hey, now it shows you. Oh, I don't know. So what have you guys ever heard about that, about walking through cobwebs? I was told that when that happens, you're walking through a spirit. You ever heard of that before? I got another question. Some of you guys do investigations. I see these damn communications they're trying to do with a flashlight. And I got to tell you, I've seen it on TV, and I've seen different teams doing it on videos on YouTube. I don't believe that shit. maybe the new flashlights, like this one, that are LED flashlights, maybe I would believe it more. But they used to use them old mag lights and with that analog bulb and that filament heating up and cooling down, it makes the connection, and then it cools down and the connection breaks. I don't believe that flashlight shit. Now, if they're using a K2 meter or something like that, and they can communicate using a K2 meter, I believe that. A flashlight, I draw the line at a flashlight. All right, what are you guys' ideas on the flashlight crap? K2 meter lighting up and asking questions and getting that to light up on cue. I can believe that, but the flashlight, I draw the line at the flashlights. Yeah, that flashlight shit. Now I've seen something new here lately. People using candles. They ask the people, they ask the ghosts to yes or no questions using a candle, and they have the candle flicker for a yes and burn straight for a no, or not do anything for a no. I've seen that done before, and I can't, you know, any little disturbance could make that flame flicker, and I can't believe that shit either. Well, I didn't mean an electric jolt. It's just a tingling sensation. I don't know how else to explain it. It's just like it's a tingling sensation. That's the only way I can say it. Oh, I got something for you too. You know, for a while there, everybody was using those plasma balls, and I bought a nice big 8-inch one. I don't have it here anymore, and give it to one of my granddaughters. But I used to set that thing up, you know, and they say, oh, it's like one of them rotating magnet things, you know. It puts EMF in the room for the spirits to use and all this and that. So I fell into the shit, and you know, everybody else had them, and so I fell into the hype, and I bought a big 8-inch plasma ball. Used to have that thing running here when I do my sessions and stuff. And one session I contacted the spirits, and they said, no, it doesn't help, it hurts. And when they said that, they said it hurts them. That was it for the plasma ball. Oh, really? Well, that Ghost Hunters didn't have much going for it all the time it was on. When it first started, it was okay. It was good. I remember a couple sessions that Ghost Hunters did that were really good. And they captured some damn good stuff. That one in the lighthouse with that chair moving. If you remember that one where they went to that old lighthouse and they caught that chair moving. I thought that was good. And then they went to a brewery somewhere, and down in the basement there was a pool table, and they caught a little short black thing shoot bass behind the pool table, and that was pretty convincing and good. But Ghost Hunters, where they faltered, was not using nothing but a damn EVP recorder, a voice recorder, and towards the end they didn't even use that. I mean, they used to have them big fancy voice recorders, and at the end they hardly didn't even have them. They never used a ghost box. They never used many EVP meters and none of that shit. They just walk into a place and, oh, we're not here to harm you. We just want to communicate. And then they would always say, oh, look, oh, did you see that shadow over there? It went from left to right. I swear I just saw a shadow over there. Oh, maybe it'll show up in the reveal. And the reveal comes, you don't hear nothing about the damn shadow. It's just pure entertainment bullshit. That show was pure entertainment bullshit. And then they had the one that was International Ghost Hunters, and that was worse yet. That was the damnedest god-awfulest movie there ever was, or series. I'm just amazed at how long the Ghost Hunters survived. People, you know, people suck that shit up. Yeah, and I remember the thing you're talking about, them getting found out as faking, is when that one guy that quit the team, I can't remember, you know, not you know who I'm talking to. The main guy's plumbing brother there, or whatever. He quit the team because they found out they caught him faking a string or something, pulling the guy's jacket or coat or something. I remember that. Yeah, I don't see how people can believe a lot of these paranormal shows, because like Glenn said, man, in order to get paranormal evidence don't happen on cue. And are these guys out there actually being paid and camera crew with them for days on end to get a little piece of evidence? No, don't think so. And so it's easier to fake shit, you know. They're in the process of they're out to make money, and if these guys that are doing this, these ghost paranormal teams that are working for these TV producers and stuff, if they don't produce, the show goes away. So you got to produce something. I guess it would be awful hard to be able to produce that stuff. Oh, you UK guys, you guys over in the UK, worst paranormal series ever made, Most Haunted, with what's her name, any noise and she jumped through the damn ceiling, and that old psychic that got caught that was a fake, Derek, whatever the hell his name was. That was the worst goddamn paranormal show I ever seen. But there was another one I watched from the UK that I kind of liked. I only got the first season of it. I don't know if it quit after that. There's two old psychic old ladies that go to people's home, and afterwards they'd have a beer or something. I used to like watching that, if you know what I'm talking about. Yeah, that Yvette. Yeah, she was a joke. And I think they started making it again. But then, you know, over there in the UK, about that one where I'm talking about the two old ladies, psychics, and they go to somebody's home, know nothing about it, and they do an investigation. Yeah, it's pretty good, pretty interesting. I liked watching them. And at the end, they would, they'd have a beer or toast and have a drink. I can't help what I've seen, man. What I used to watch. I used to watch them. Because at the time, I don't think there was anything else to watch. But, and I used to watch that, that paranormal show with that Ryan, the one that bilked all these people out of money after the series quit on TV for live appearances and didn't show up but took their money, and they say he's some type of an addict now and shit. They supposedly were a college team or something. You know what I'm talking about. I can't think of the name of all them old shows, but used to watch that. Thought it was pretty good when it was on. Well, now there is a good paranormal show, and any of you, I know you guys in the UK never saw, but we used to have one here about a haunted mine, and they had these investigators, you know, and they go in this mine and they'd hear old miners banging on stuff, and they had some type of a spirit in the mountain, you know, and all this stuff, and it was a whole series about this haunted mine, and it was good. And they took it off the damn air. Every time these channels get something that's good, they do away with it. POs me, you know. Oh, yeah, the former cop in the medium, yeah. I think that's pretty good. I watch that quite a lot. Yeah, Penn State Paranormal, yeah. That Ryan, he was a Paranormal State, yeah. He was I used to like to watch the show, but afterwards, I guess the guy turned bad. He said he had cancer, then all of a sudden he had a miraculous recovery, and he would make live appearance shows, and for people would buy tickets in advance, and they'd drive hundreds of miles or take a plane there, and then there wouldn't be none. He wouldn't show. He just took their money, and they say he ended up into drugs or something. I don't want to look at him for him on YouTube. God, I hate to break up the party, people, but I've been in here for I don't know how long now. Let me take a gander. Oh, it's got to update. I don't know. It must be going on 2 hours. Oh, yeah, it has been. I started around 7. It's 9. So, to give my leg a break, and to go get some breakfast, because all I've had is a cup of coffee, I think I'm going to get out of here. But I've had a hell of a good time. I'm glad and blessed that all you people showed up, and hopefully you had a good time, and hopefully you can do another one of these soon. I gotta start scheduling them or something, I guess, so people know when to look for me, because the way it is now, I just, you know, I'm a free bird. I'm a free session, free live session person. I just fire it up when I feel like it. Oh, no problem. No problem streaming. I wish we could get some kind of a permanent paranormal chat somewhere where you can go to any time of the day and look for members there and be able to chat with people any time of the day or night, like a 24/7 place where you can chat. That way people in other countries with different time zones can still be able to get together. I don't know if there is such a place, if we could create such a place somehow with some program or something. If anybody knows anything about that, let me know. I don't mind streaming, but it's hard to get people together all the time at, all the different time zones and stuff. But if we had some type of a paranormal chat place we could go to 24 hours a day, without me having to stream or something like that, just a place where you can go on the internet and chat, I know there's a lot of chat places like that. But well, I'm glad you guys enjoyed it. That's my intention of doing these, is have a place where you guys can get together and chew the fat, so to speak. So thanks to everybody. I'm not going to say all your names. You know who you are. Okay, I'm going to toodaloo now, so be prepared. I'll give my wave before I hit the kill button here. Toodaloo.